I want to talk to you today about moving. So let's say that you have a new move up in your future, whether it's for work or family reasons or just changing school districts altogether, whatever it is. If it means that you are potentially moving your family and shifting your child's education, that also means that it could be shifting their services as well. So I want to talk to you today about things you should consider as you are preparing for that move. Now, sometimes we don't always have the luxury of knowing exactly when we're moving, but I do want to encourage you to have a conversation with your speech therapist as soon as you find out that you are possibly moving, because that's going to kind of start the ball rolling for them as far as thinking ahead to a termination date. It sounds really ominous, but it's really just the day that you're going to end services. You receive therapy up until a certain time. If you don't know the exact date, that's completely fine too, but kind of the more you know, the better it is to relay that information to your therapist as well. Things I do want to encourage you to consider in having that is getting those services lined up elsewhere. So unfortunately, because there's such a demand for speech services these days, it can be anywhere for a 3 to 6 month wait in your new location. And that means you are settled in, you're ready to get your kids into school, you visit your pediatrician, you get a doctor's order, physician's order, whatever to start services, or you're doing privately, whatever it is. And then you find out that you're on a wait list until there's an opening and a next opportunity. So to kind of help with that, easing that transition, I want to encourage you to, again, have a conversation with your speech therapist because they can get a couple things lined up for you beforehand. I personally really like to do a reassessment before I discharge or dismiss a child altogether. It gives me personally a chance to see their progress that they've made, but it also gives you as the parent the chance to see, where are the weaknesses, where are the areas of growth, and what can I do to continue working on it. With the progress updates, that reassessment also typically comes a progress update with all of their goals. You're gonna have notes that have their current accuracy, and then again, their goals that you are wanting them to reach towards. This is a great resource to have for you as a parent in the future, because if the therapist can't provide obviously ongoing conversations with you once you are discharged from their services, their caseload, then that gives you as the parent the opportunity to kind of do some investigative work or just know what to work on at home. So it's not just kind of saying, oh, we're really struggling with this here, but you can actually see, oh, this was an area, so I shouldn't expect mastery of this. I shouldn't expect complete comprehension of this skill right now because it's something that we are still working on as a family, or my child's still working on. So with those goals, if it's articulation goals, possibly you can have speech sounds of saying, again, like I had worked on in other videos, working on the different sounds, different levels of mastery they've also experienced. I see my child working on the sound level, the words, the phrases, sentences, whatever it is. You can see which sounds your child is working on. You can see which language skills your child has. Are they following directions? Are they identifying objects correctly? Are they answering WH questions? Are they asking questions appropriately? Things like that. And that kind of gives you an idea, a written form to see what they need to work on even during this downtime before you get your next services in place. With that also, I really want to encourage you to maybe talk to your therapist and see if there's any way they can put together almost like a little leaving booklet or whatever, just to have some resources lined up for you. That way, if they're working on speech sounds, you can have those worksheets to practice at home, just to kind of give you some direction of resources in those down months. If it's language skills, maybe there are certain worksheets or books that they really recommend, or different activities, they can kind of give you an idea of those. In future videos also, I'll try to give you some ideas as far as how you can encourage those developing skills, whether it's language skills or fluency or vocal quality, articulation. The realm of speech is huge. But all this to say, as you are moving forward, there are certain resources that are available to you as the parents, and like I said, I'll try to provide you guys with as many resources as I can also, or at least send you to the direction of things that I like to use personally. Speech services are really, really beneficial, but they're also kind of hard to come by in some areas. So there is a demand for sure, but that means there's also going to be a wait time for sure. So I do want to encourage you to make the transition in the next phase of life or the next location, whatever it is, your new adventure as a family. Make it as smooth of a transition for you and your family as possible. You know, supporting your child by getting those resources beforehand and just being there in a time of picking up and then settling down again. So if you have any more questions at all, please leave me a comment. I will be happy to answer them and hopefully send you guys to the right directions as far as giving more tips and tricks along the way. Thank you so much for watching.